Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be discussing with you about the 287G program and why it matters to immigrants and why immigrants should know about this program. So let's talk about this program that affects immigrants in day-to-day locales all across the United States and major U.S. cities down to rural areas. The 287G program is widely utilized now by state and local governments in cooperation and partnership with ICE. So under this program, basically what the 287G program is, under this program, local police departments will actually partner with ICE. They get deputized for sorts. And that means that local police officers now can check your immigration status if you've been arrested, even for something small like a traffic ticket or a moving violation. That could be the next issue that could come up. So if they suspect that you're undocumented, they can actually issue an immigration detainer to hold your case or hold you for ICE pickup. And then this could lead to deportation proceedings being initiated against you even before you're convicted of anything. So it's a very serious risk, especially in counties that have active 287G agreements. These are basically like memorandums of understanding between that local government, that county as well, or that city government with ICE at the federal level. So it's very important that you as the immigrant know your rights. So remember these following rights. You have the right to remain silent because anything that you say could be possibly used against you at a later proceeding. So you definitely want to utilize that right to remain silent and not to incriminate yourself. You also want to make sure that you don't have to let the officers into your home unless they have a court warrant. So you really want to look at that warrant, want to make sure it's a valid warrant, that it's actually been signed by a judicial officer or a judge. So that way, you can't just have the officers just walk into your abode or your home. So make sure you don't let the officers into your home unless they have a warrant, at which point you would have to let them in. You don't have to sign any documents either without legal advice. So this is why it's very important to make sure you contact us here at Trip Law so we can help you out navigate that complex process and make sure you're not doing anything to jeopardize your case and have any negative or adverse consequences to your case. You also want to avoid unnecessary police contact. Sometimes it's not in the best interest for you, the immigrant, or any loved one that is watching this to at least let the immigrant know, the loved one, that having those police interactions sometimes are not the best course of action. The same thing when you go to the airport. Obviously, you want to avoid the flights because then you're gonna have to deal with TSA or law enforcement. These are just things that you want to not put yourself into a position with because it can ultimately raise alarms, right? So basically, unnecessary police contact is something to avoid. You also want to keep your ID and car papers in order. Anything involving your vehicle, anything involving yourself, your legal status, you want to make sure you have that on you so that way if you do get in this 287G situation, you can show that you are someone either in legal status or how you obtained your status here, just so that you can prevent any further adverse consequences. But definitely talk to a lawyer if you've had any past arrests or any immigration issues. We're here to help. If you want to know where the 287G counties are, you can actually reach out to us. We're happy to keep you informed, keep you safe, and make sure that you avoid these 287G situations where local law enforcement are now acting as agents of the federal government as ICE, and then ultimately initiating immigration proceedings on behalf of the feds, with the feds being in the loop. So be very careful out there. We wish you the best, be safe, and we wish you the best, like I said, with your immigration journey. So thank you for your time.